Dear Helia, the ease with which we slipped into the pirate base is concerning. I understand that the stereotype is action first, ask questions later. Frankly, I can relate to that, though I do feel like I think things out a bit more thoroughly. The benefit of the doubt would be you never expect something until you've experienced it at least once. With how many ships I can guess are operating out of this base, it seems a bit strange that they aren't prepared for something like this. Not my circus. We have successfully gotten to the base using the Crooked Revenant's crew and ship. There isn't much to the base, it's what you would expect. We've gone to their bar, it's called the Wreck, and boy is it. It's shambled together of what looks like mostly supplies from ships. The alcohol also reflects this. The straight standard is beer, which smells like it's one step up from grog. However, if you're willing to pay a bit more, they have some decent wines, more than likely swiped from the ships escaping Honoros. It's the type of stuff that Morden would go on about. I just wanted something that didn't taste like piss. Kelvin, on the other hand, wanted to get drunk. And I suppose it's been a while for him. He's a Shar we picked up in Annabelle's Crossing. Samara extended an invitation for him to work for the ship. He's an intelligent fella, a couple years younger than me, and fresh out of engineering college. Actually, he's a classmate of Arabella's. That's how we met him. Me and Samara were looking into some of those murders tied to Spring Hill Jack. The vigilante ones. That whole mess where I got accused of killing Arabella's ex. Gods, he was such a racist. That being said, it's not right to kill someone over something like that. And as much as I wanted to, and as much as he threatened me for simply talking to Arabella, the guy beat her, Helia. He fucking hit her over the fact she talked to me. It makes me sick thinking about it. Kelvin was actually one of his friends. Sort of. He was part of their fraternity house. Don't get me wrong, Arabella's ex was smart, just not a good person. I hesitate to say it was more the common grounds of engineering that Kelvin and he had in common. That and he went out drinking with them. I can't fault either of them for that. Even bad people have good qualities. Kelvin, on the other hand, seems to have proven his golden heart more than once on our crew. It's kinda cute how he fawns over Samara. Part of me thinks it's for the fact that Samara knows a bit about engineering and is more than good to look at. The other fact is Calvin's mother really likes the idea of Calvin marrying her. I doubt that will happen, but Shars will be Shars. And Samara's name would be an elevation for Calvin. Honestly, they're a good match, if things weren't already so fucked up with Samara. I think he's just content getting attention from her every now and then. Overall, it's a great experience for Calvin on the ship, and a great excuse for him to get away from his controlling mother. I'm glad I have never had to deal with someone like that. Well, there are certainly moments where I wonder what it would have been like to have a parent that loved and cared for me in ways I hear about from the crew. I would not be me if I had. The only family I ever really found was our dive team on the False Horizon. And now the dysfunctional Mon Cavalier. I wouldn't quite say family, but there is affection growing for our odd crew. I got a bit sidetracked, but Kelvin was drunk enough to think he could actually stand a chance against me in a drinking contest. This is an interesting thought to consider, as I've cut back on my intake a lot. But I doubt a college boy could keep up with a dipsomaniac debauchee like myself. It's as much of an insult as it's a compliment to me at this point. More erring on the side of insult. I'm trying this whole responsibility thing and take charge of my life. But this brings me full circle back around to Kelvin. He's going to be my excuse to explore the pirate base and see what we can find. It's a lot easier and more forgivable to explain why you're in some place you shouldn't be when you have an intoxicated friend with you. I would think most pirates could relate to this. Samara has gained little information as the captain of the Crooked Revenant speaking to the pirate Duke Silvis, but has left Watson as a gift to retrieve any important information that he might discuss. Samara had made mention of Silvis talking about not wanting anyone to attack the Crimson Paradox, as they didn't want to draw any unwanted attention. But the more curious part was he had mentioned being paid to leave the ship alone. I look forward to turning the rock over on that tidbit. And don't worry, I'll let you know how it turns out. Signed, yours always, Born Mad Hades.